Welcome to the Success Sensei podcast for anyone interested in success, happiness, and balance. We'll teach you how to be a black belt at life. And now, your host, former professional fighter, multiple world champion, entrepreneur, and investor, Robert Devane.
Bowing in. This is Roundhouse Rob, the Success Sensei, helping you to win at life one kick and punch at a time. Episode 258. Deserving and undeserving people. Welcome to the main event.
It's the Success Sensei podcast main event.
Deserving and undeserving people. So to be deserving is to be worthy of something positive. Undeserving is obviously the opposite of that, to not be worthy of something positive. And we need to discuss this because I come across it in varying degrees with a lot of people that I talk to and meet and try to help with the mindset of who is deserving, who is undeserving. Are you deserving? Are you undeserving? The fact of the matter is that, unfortunately, it's not a perfect world. Good things happen to bad people. Bad things happen to good people. Bad things happen to bad people. Good things happen to good people. And all the mixes and variations in between. It's not set in stone. It's not, if you do the right thing, you will always get what you deserve. Or, if you're a bad person, you will get what you deserve. Unfortunately, there's many, many examples of injustice in the world. Things that happen that shouldn't happen. But we're going to start off with, first of all, is the self-limiting belief of thinking that you are undeserving. That's probably one that I come across in a lot of people on a regular basis, thinking that you are not, deserving, that you are undeserving, or even thinking that others are more deserving than you. This is such a common belief. Maybe it's attached to imposter syndrome. Maybe people that feel that they're undeserving have a blast of imposter syndrome as well. Maybe they don't. Maybe they're unrelated. It can take various different forms. But ultimately, it is irrelevant that the universe isn't put together in such a way that, if you're undeserving, you can't succeed. Or, what are you basing it on? You're basing it on human opinion. You're basing it on so many other factors that don't really come into the equation, whether you're going to be successful, whether something is going to work or not. We all might have done things in the past that we've regretted. We all might have been a person in the past that, we didn't like. We might have guilt. All of us have some type of emotional baggage. You can't be human without having made some mistakes and having some regrets. And that does not mean that you are undeserving of success, that you are not worthy of something positive. So you need to put that out of your mind, and you need to stop torturing yourself and reminding yourself of all of these things when it is your time to move forward and to strive and to go for something. That thought of thinking that you're undeserving to achieve something, it could be anything. It could be to have a positive relationship. It could be to, have something nice. It could be to go somewhere, do something fun. It could be so many different things. And it's so easy to talk yourself out of it by thinking that, you're undeserving, or that there's others more deserving than you. That's pretty much the same thing in a different way. There's always going to be people that need things more than you. If that's what you focus on, it could really stop you from ever wanting to do anything. At least try to get the success. And then, if you're not happy with the success, if you're not happy with the achievement, then I'm sure you can give it away. Absolutely, you could go down that route if that will help, guilty conscience and help you actually look after more people that you think are more deserving. But either way, it's a self-limiting mindset that's just going to get in the way, and it's going to ultimately prevent you from succeeding. You're putting obstacles in your place in place when it can be already hard enough to attempt to achieve the things that you want to achieve without, limiting it with mindset. I suppose the biggest question is, why do you think you are undeserving? That is something that you'll have to deal with, that you'll have to look at, that you'll have to think about. If it is something for your past, maybe you do have to forgive yourself to move forward so that you don't have any of these obstacles in your way and you can just strive for happiness and success, because success does happen regardless. Success, as we've said at the very start, there are many bad people who have a lot of successes, and there are many good people who have, a lot of bad luck. So it's not all down to your personality type or whether you're deserving or undeserving. Right. The second thing is, people who think they are deserving. That can hold you back as well, because basically if you have this sense of entitlement, if you think, because you're deserving, or you believe you're deserving of something, that you'll get it, that can prevent you from fighting hard for that thing or that experience. So you might not fight as hard for something if you automatically feel entitled to it, or you automatically think that you're deserving of it. So that can be, again, a self-limiting mindset. And the third one I wanted to talk about was, believing others are undeserving. So ultimately thinking that, this person, that person, for various reasons, because, you're judging them in a certain way and you don't deem them to be good people or worthy of the positive success or these things happening positively in their lives. You might think that they're undeserving. That ultimately cultivates, envy, and it ultimately, gives, I suppose, a very negative mindset. Again, it can prevent you from succeeding. I guess convincing yourself about, you've heard it loads and loads of times, the rich get richer. The whole problem with that statement is it's nearly implying that, bad rich people are getting richer. There's many good rich people out there who are helping a lot of other people get rich. Envying others is definitely a negative path to go down. Feeling that, other people shouldn't be succeeding and they are, it can be very disheartening for your own goals. You can start thinking then that it's all a conspiracy, it's all set up, you've no chance to succeed. And again, that's all a very limiting mindset when it comes to wanting to strive for your own goals. Who are we to know anyway? Who are we to judge others? Who are we to know whether someone is deserving or undeserving? Who are we to even care whether someone else is deserving or undeserving? None of that helps your journey. Now, the last thing I wanted to talk about, and every motivational documentary, every biography about somebody who is successful and has achieved something large or something small, what they really don't emphasize enough is the part that luck can play. I don't care who it is. I don't care what the story is. I don't care how clever the person is. I'm reckoning 80% of the success is luck. Obviously, people are not going to, admit that it's luck in a lot of cases, and they want the praise for themselves, and they want to think it's themselves, and they want to think they have more control over their own success than they do have. But luck plays such a massive part. I dare you to read, a documentary about somebody or read a biography about somebody who's, rich or famous or involved in the area that you want to become involved in, and see if you can replicate it. Maybe you can, maybe you can't, but nearly every time I have researched something, there comes a point in the timeline that something happened that you cannot replicate, and it's something major that can be attributed to the major success. The harder I try, the luckier I get. I'm sure you've heard that expression before. The harder I try, the luckier I get. Now, that's suggesting that it's not luck at all. But what I'm going to turn that on its head and say to you that maybe that's not what that actually means. The harder I try, the luckier I get. Maybe it actually means the more things you do, the more chances for luck to come your way. So luck is still a massive contributing factor. Therefore, what I am saying to you is be unafraid to try more. Don't think of yourself as deserving or undeserving. Do something, and if it doesn't work, do it again or do something different. Who deserves what is completely irrelevant. Get rid of the self-limiting mindsets. Realize that you have to do a lot of things, a lot of work, a lot of effort to attract positive results. Whether it is hedging your bets, and the more you put out, the more chances you have of some luck coming your way. That could be a part of it. But either way, this whole episode is about encouraging you to do. Not to think about not doing because you don't think you deserve it, or you think that other people deserve it more than you, or you think that the world is stacked in such a way that the people at the top who are evil and bad and undeserving are going to reap all the rewards anyway. All of that is limiting mindset. Think very clearly about what it is you want to achieve. Set out a plan. Talk to people who, have experience of the journey that you want to go on. By all means, put it out of your mind, deserving or undeserving. Don't be afraid to try more. Don't be afraid to work hard. Don't be afraid to reach for your goals. And I wish you all the best. Please message me anytime. thesuccesssensei.com is where all my details are at. Thank you for listening. I'm Roundhouse Rob, the Success Sensei. Life is a fight you can enjoy and win. Bowing out.
This has been the Success Sensei, fighting the winning fight. So add us, subscribe, like, and comment. Keep those hands up and keep moving forward.